Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm introducing my new bike, which is a Ducati Scrambler. It's a 2016 model and it's the Icon version. So basically I traded this bike with the Ducati 848, and the reason behind that is I needed a more daily bike, sort of, better fuel consumption, better ergonomics, and overall I needed a more comfortable ride for daily usage. No, I'm not saying that the Ducati 848 was bad in any way, but I live on an island which is very small. There's lots of traffic, there's lots of potholes, some of the roads are unbearable, there's a lot of careless drivers also, and you need to watch out where you park your bike. Now bear in mind that I've already had this bike for 2 months now, so I'm already accustomed to its strengths and weaknesses, and believe me, it doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. It's a pretty fun bike, lots of power, it's pretty light, so you can maneuver it however you want. Pretty good fuel mileage for its engine size. Obviously it's a Ducati, so it has the L-twin engine. It's an 800cc, which gives it lots of torque and also power. Bear in mind that it's also air-cooled, so it produces less power than a water-cooled variant of the engine. I believe this is around 73 horsepower. Now for where I'm riding it, which is an island obviously, so there's no highways or any long roads. It's the perfect environment for this bike. You have the right amount of power to overtake, the right amount of power for fuel consumption, and overall for short trips it's pretty amazing and really comfortable. So let's get a closer look on this bike. Now, as I already mentioned, I've had this bike for 2 months already, and I've done a lot of mods to it. Now I will mention what mods I did to this bike. However, any installation or guides regarding these mods, I will do separate videos on those. So let's get a closer look into the bike. So first and foremost, let's talk about ergonomics. The handlebars are pretty high. I also have a comfort seat, so a combination of those two make a pretty amazing job at keeping you comfortable. Riding for great lengths of time, there's no fatigue. I've recently done a 700-kilometer trip to Sicily, and I absolutely had no issues with that. I had no fatigue or tiredness from riding. Obviously there's a small windscreen here which is only a fly screen that doesn't really offer wind protection, so if you're going high speeds it will get a bit uncomfortable after some period of time. Suspension, it's pretty high. Even the bike height, it's higher than normal, so it gives us the ability to go a bit of off-roading and trail riding. I've already done a bit of that, so I put in some clips right now to show some of these environments that you can ride in. It comes with a Brembo 4-pot caliper and ABS as standard, and you can turn it off from the instrument panel. So as I mentioned, we have an 800cc engine. It has plenty of power and torque, and also it's not bad on fuel efficiency. We also have a single rear shock, which is preload adjustable. So some upgrades that I've got with this bike is this RNG tail tidy. I've also got the exhaust, which is an HP Corse GP07. Currently has the baffle on, and we'll hear the exhaust sound a bit later. I've also got the fly screen, which is, I think the brand is Dart, and any other modification that you see on this bike I've done in these 2 months, and I will do a separate video about those. So just to name a few upgrades that I did: we have the hand guards, we have an engine guard, we have the side panels, we have the bags, and we also have radiator and rectifier guard. So what I noticed with this bike is the amount of corrosion that it has. You can see it here, for example, on this bolt. You can see it on the shock absorber in the rear. There's rust everywhere. The paint on the engine is peeling off, rusted bolts again. Basically every bolt you see on this bike has corroded or rusted. I don't really know the reason why. It's either low quality bolts used, or this bike was parked near the sea maybe. But yeah, that's an issue I'm gonna have to take care of. The other issue that I have with the bike is sometimes the gear lever gets stuck in the down position, doesn't spring back up. So sometimes when you're downshifting, the gear stays down and you can't really downshift anymore. You have to kind of push with your feet the gear lever back up so it goes into gear and you can downshift again. It's a really weird issue. I've adapted to it, but yeah, it's really unpleasant when it happens. So other than those two issues that I mentioned, I'm really happy with the bike. These 2 months of ownership that I've had a lot of fun with it. Went to places that I couldn't go with the Ducati 848, you know, like off-roading and trail riding. And with that being said, let's go to the best feature of this bike. It's exhaust sound.